How do you define the word success? Welcome to the Relive the Moments podcast. I'm John Lim. Welcome back to the show. I'm John Lim. Today we're diving into something every creator, entrepreneur, dreamer knows all too well. The gap between thinking about something and actually doing it. You've had ideas, big ones, maybe small ones, but how many of those ideas turned into action? We're going to break down how you go from I should do this to I did this, and we'll include what's required in terms of communication, mindset, planning, and execution. Because I found in my own journey that if you can't clearly communicate your idea to yourself or others, your idea stays stuck. We'll reference a few books that help me sharpen the way I start things and the way I lead through doing. By the end of this episode, you'll have some clear steps you can apply tomorrow. Let's dive in. An idea begins as a spark. You think, what if I did this podcast? What if I built this product? What if I changed this piece of my life? And at that moment, possibilities feel endless. But here's the catch. Ideas don't become realities just because they're good. They become realities because you take a first step. And that step is often messy, it's unrefined, it's uncertain. In the world of communication, which is critical as you move from idea to action, the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, by Dale Carnegie, reminds us of one simple truth. You must express your ideas in terms others care about. So here's your first piece. Define your idea in one sentence. Why it matters, who it's for. If you can't do that, you'll struggle to communicate it and therefore struggle to execute it. Once you have that one sentence idea, the next step is communication. And by communication, I mean more than speaking. It means listening, empathizing, clarifying, adjusting. A book that helped me here is Nonviolent Communication, A Language of Life by Marshall B. Rosenberg. It teaches us that communication isn't just what you say, it's how you connect. When you're moving from idea to action, you'll need to talk it out to a trusted friend, a team member, a mentor. Listen for feedback, for doubts, for barriers. Clarify your why again and again, because your initial excitement will fade faster than you think. If you don't talk about your idea, don't refine the way you share it, don't listen to how others receive it. You'll build alone in silence, and often silence leads to stagnation. Here's one of the most common traps. You wait for motivation to show up. When I feel ready, I'll start. But here's the truth. Motivation is fleeting. Action is built on systems. In the journey I'm on with this podcast and with other projects, I've learned to schedule blocks of time, to set weekly mini goals, and to keep a simple calendar of progress. Another key reference is the book, The Charisma Myth. How Anyone Can Master the Art and Science of Personal Magnetism by Olivia Fox Cabane. It isn't just about charisma, it shows how habits, presence, and structure build the kind of communication that moves people. So your next phase is this. Take your one-sentence idea. Map out 3 to 5 steps you'll take this week. Assign those steps to dates. That system turns idea into action. It's tempting to wait until everything's perfect. The script, the equipment, the team, the funding. But here's what I've found. Your first version will be imperfect. That's okay. What matters is you ship it. If you treat your idea like it's fragile, you'll never launch. If you treat it like it's alive, you'll keep iterating. The book Crucial Conversations. Tools for Talking. When Stakes Are High by Kerry Patterson, and others reminds us, action often involves high-stakes conversations, risk, adjustment, so launch version 1.0, solicit real feedback, tweak, iteration is your friend. Even the best ideas don't get off the ground without people. Your idea needs someone who hears it, believes a little, helps a little. That's how momentum builds. For me, building this podcast meant choosing the right studio, the right team, the right people behind the scenes. If you go at it alone, you'll slow down. If you bring people in, you'll accelerate. And in communication terms, This means inviting those people into your vision, asking questions, being humble, listening, communicating what you can't yet see. When you share your journey, not just your success, you bring people with you. Now let's talk about the ripple effect. Once you start acting on your idea, once you've built a structure, launched a version, brought people in, the next phase is influence. Not in the sense of vanity metrics, but in the sense of impact. When you communicate clearly, you influence others to believe in the idea, to participate, to support. The book list we mentioned earlier show how listening, empathy, clarity all feed into that influence. So your final step? Ask yourself, when this idea becomes reality, how will you communicate it? Who needs to hear it? What change will it create? Because your idea moves from action to legacy when you answer those questions. So here's what I want you to walk away with today. Your idea matters. Communication is the bridge between idea and action. Systems matter more than motivation. Launch imperfectly, iterate quickly, build with people. And once you're acting, ask yourself how your influence will flow. If you've been thinking about doing something, start now. Grab that one sentence, schedule the first step, talk it out, ask for help, commit to the next week, then the next, and keep going. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this episode helped you, share it with someone who's got an idea but hasn't done anything with it yet. Because sometimes all we need is one conversation, one schedule block, one action. I'm John Lim, and until next time, keep moving, keep communicating, and keep bringing your ideas to life.